Life is a divine adventure full of twists and turns, ups and downs. Diving into the truth, one finds not only inspiration, but liberation. Join us in the journey, the movement, and the revolution. Hello and welcome to Awakening the World. It is Mother's Day, and I'm so honored to be celebrating Mother. That's actually the title of my talk today, Celebrating Mother, because I really first want to just recognize and acknowledge all the incredible, amazing mothers in this world. I want to recognize my own mother, my grandmother, and of myself as a mother. I have a 21-year-old son that has had a concussion this week, so we're just knowing the truth of perfect healing, knowing that there is that mother within all of us that wants to take control of this life, but there's something in a bigger work here, right? So in this moment, I invite everybody to just come together in this sacred service and in this celebration of Mother today. And so I first would love to just begin with an affirmative prayer of knowing the truth. So if anyone would just join in with me with breath, knowing this eternal moment. Breathing deep, knowing the perfection of this life, knowing that everything is being created from the womb of the mother, that within us that all of us have, that part of us that's a creative factor of life. And so I recognize that everything is this creation, even the car accidents, even the concussions, even the beautiful things and all of the chaos, all of the above is the creation of this one infinite life source that is here ebbing us towards our awakening, ebbing us towards our growth, our collaboration for us to heal and unite as the divine that we already are. And so I know with certainty that this day is a sacred day of celebration. And so I simply know this perfection, and I simply release this into the law, knowing my word is heard, my feelings, the backing of my words are heard at the vibration level of my subconscious mind, and it reflects and is heard and echoes through the entire universe and reflects back in this perfection, this mirror. So knowing the perfection, here we are, you guys, on our second Sunday live here as Awakening the World. And so again, I want to acknowledge all the moms out there. And I also really want to acknowledge everybody getting involved that's been reaching out in this community, all the spiritual practitioners, and all the innovation that's been happening here. And so I just really acknowledge you and everyone here for the masterminds on Wednesday, for all the prayer work people have been doing and collaborating behind the scenes. So it's been an exciting time, really super fun, a lot of moving parts, and just breathing in the moment as we go through this process of awakening this spiritual community. So on that note, I first want to just say that, of course, our mission is of awakening the world, is awakening 1 billion people globally. That's really our mission. And we know that begins by us awakening ourselves. When we awaken ourselves to our purpose and calling. We awaken ourselves to that divine inspiration, that purpose that drives us, which gives the gift to the world. That's you. And so I know with certainty that this is a blessing to be, in this mission, as the mission together with you. So on that note, also, I want to, the talk today is celebrating Mother. And I do want to just acknowledge that. And I have what I believe is the most earth-shattering, perception-altering cognition that I came to that's not just my cognition, it's the truth. And it really changed my whole perception of what it means to be a mother and to have a mother. And so I'm so honored to share this incredible distinction of the truth. So on that note, celebrating the mother, being a mom has been an interesting journey, to say the least. It's been the most incredible, amazing journeys that is really just beginning. My son's 21, and it's been an epic journey of the self, really, evolving and maturing and growing into being the mother that I've always wanted to be. And so when I was a child, I remember my mom was too. She was growing up and she was maturing. And I just want to say, I love you, Mom, out there in the world. And I just really get how much you love us, all the grandchildren and everything. But when we were little, so we grew up in the mountains of Santa Barbara in kind of literally like a hippie commune. It was like the leftovers of the 60s. It was a little chaotic in the 70s. And my mom, she just liked to have a good time. She just was trying to enjoy and take care of two young girls all by herself and make the best of it, really and truly. But so we didn't have a lot of structure growing up, basically. So I remember we'd go down to my grandmother's house, and we'd go down there kind of, for a couple weeks in the summer, and maybe a couple other times it was actually my dad's mom. And she was this incredible, amazing, dynamic woman. Gammy was her name. And she was very structured. Like everything was like so organized, you can't believe it. So when we get there, the first thing she'd do is she'd empty our whole suit. Like she'd say, bye, because my mom would drop us off, right? She'd be like, bye. And then she'd dump out our entire suitcase, and she'd immediately throw all the clothes in the washing machine, and she'd tell us, she'd go, I want you to see how dirty your clothes are. And because it was one of those olden days where you'd have like the little spigot where you'd see all the water going into the sink, and it would be like this dirty water coming out of the sink, And I just remember I had like these two experiences, almost like, Rich Dad, Poor Dad kind of a book. It was like, organized and disorganized, like mothering and what that looked like. And it was so amazing to just experience both of them and experience what it's like to have just no rules whatsoever and just like run literally barefoot through the mountains and, doing whatever. And then being at my grandmother's, where there was this mother that was very regimented and rule bound, and she had a system and she had a time clock for everything. You ate at particular times, you went to bed at particular times, you did X, Y, and Z exactly as specifically. And I don't know if I think there's one better than the other. We do know the law of the universe states that harmony is really, the best structure, if you will. And so I think there's a balance between the two. I don't think that one is better than the other. I think that there's somewhere in between those two. There's that sweet spot. But we know that in New Thought and Science of Mind, really our entire teaching is getting rid of the dogma, getting rid of the belief systems. And so what I know for certain is this: there's no rule book for being a mother. I'm going to say it again. There's no rule book for being a mother. And so I, in no way in certainty, would ever judge what it means to be a good mother or a bad mother. Because there's only one thing that defines somebody as a mother. There's only one thing, really. And it's basically your body gave birth to another child, to a child. That's the only thing that requires you to be considered a mother, right? And we have a full spectrum of what mothers look like in this world, right? A full spectrum. And, you can judge it however you want. I've had friends that come from very structured regime families, very organized, very loving, and have become drug addicts. I have other friends that come from very disorganized families and become total leaders. But what I know for certain is when I birthed my child, I remember before being a mother, I thought, oh, it's just how you raise them. That is the determinant for everything. And let me tell you, my entire viewpoint changed when my son was born, because I realized he had a personality. He was born with a specific purpose and calling and a specific track of this lifetime that may have had a lot to do with me and not. It was very unique. There was no denying that he had a specific personality that he was born with, a specific things that he needs to clean up in his life, and things that are his gifts and callings to give to this world. And I personally believe wholeheartedly, knowing the truth of the universe. And so with this truth in mind, as spiritual practitioners and as New Thought ministers, we teach that we're here to deprogram things, let go of belief systems. And I really want to invite you to do that today, because this is what I want to invite you to take on. With all due respect to every mother, including myself, including my own mother, I invite you to open your mind for a moment to the possibility that really you're truly birthed of the cosmos. You're birthed of that infinite energy, that one creative source, spirit, your higher self, the cosmos. And I invite you to take this on for many reasons. I remember when I really had this epiphany and I had this shift. I had this major shift of realizing that as though my body, yes, was born of my mother, and I have DNA and all the things that have come in from my own lineage, my programming, everything good and bad. This is what I realized, and this is when I had total freedom around my relationship with my mother, my relationship with my son, and my relationship to all thoughts of what it means to be a parent. And this was what it came down to, is that we're literally, my parents, my, if you will, my real truth, the spiritual truth, is that I'm born of the cosmos. I'm born of this intelligence. I'm born of this almightiness, myself, that spirit, that higher self. And in that moment that I had that realization, I was freed. I felt so free. And the reason is this, is because I let go of any expectations. I realized that my mother, my father, my parents, my mother, that she has her own spiritual development in this lifetime. That we're like, in some ways we're like peers with our parents, because, there's many parents that they may be more immature than the children. And I'm not saying that for me, I'm just saying that for everyone. There's some people that maybe they've been blessed with a parent that is so evolved and so conscious that they're there to really guide them. And maybe that's a blessing, maybe that's a curse. I'm not here to judge that. But what I know for certain is that we look to the cosmos for as our really, the thing that really births us, we get freed up. We can then have compassion for wherever our parents are. We no longer look to them as if they have some obligation to us to fulfill something. And yes, there's ethics of this universe as well, but it releases those programmed ties that we saw in the movies of that housewife in the 1950s that was, doing everything. And then the mother that's supposed to be, bring home the bacon and, fry it up in a pan and go have a career. We're overwhelmed as mothers. We need to let that go. Some mothers are incredible mothers. They are born to be nurturers, maternal, and other mothers are clearly not. And that is what it is. As they say, it is what it is, right? So there's a quote by Carl Sagan. He says, "The cosmos is within us. We're made of the star stuff. We are a way for the cosmos to know itself." I'll say it again. The cosmos is within us. We're made of the star stuff. We are the way for the cosmos to know itself. And so as in New Thought movement, we know the truth. The truth for us that we believe is that there's only one divine source. There's one creative source, and we are that. We are the stars. We are the universe. We're the individual, the finite, and the infinite. We're the microcosm and the macrocosm all in one thing here. And yes, we're rebirthed of our mother's bodies, yes. We were also programmed in good and bad ways. And so if you want to be free, if we want to be free, if we want to move past those chains, we have to realize that our mothers and ourselves have our own work to do in this lifetime, that we can't expect our mothers to be perfection because they're perfectly imperfect just as we are, every last one of us. And so I just acknowledge the beautiful, incredible journey of being a mom. I was, a very young, naive mom when I had my son. I was 22 years old, and I didn't have a really stable structure with my own parents. And so as my entire family has healed, my parents have grown up and evolved too. We all have grown up together, and now I can say I have one of the healthiest families I know. I would never have said that, 20 years ago. It was a very dysfunctional family in my eyes. But now everyone's done their inner work, and we've come to a place that's very healthy. And so I just want to say out there to the world, to anyone that's suffering, that maybe your mom's gone, maybe you're in an argument and you don't talk to your mom, or maybe there's some feud in your family with your mother or with your child and you being the mother, whatever that is. I just really want to know the truth with you right now, and with all the practitioners watching, everyone's consciousness right here as we pray together, to know the truth that within you is that heart, that as it opens to the cosmos, and it hears and is in alignment with the beat, the heartbeat of the universe, that you've been held in the arms of Mother Earth, of Gaia, that there's something in you that knows the truth. that you are love. It doesn't have to come from out there. We don't have to be the mirror of what that looks like any longer. We get to be that stable mother for life. We get to be one in harmony and in grace and in order. And also allowing everyone to have their own relative experience to mature in the way that they need to mature. And so on that note, there's the quote from William Barclay. He says, there are two great days in a person's life. The day we're born and the day we discover why. And so I am completely certain of my why. And it is to know my greatness, to experience life fully, and to speak and live and write and know only the truth in freedom, ending all suffering. And my why is to be here for that voice, to be that voice of divine, to be that voice and know the truth for everyone on this planet, because you're me and I'm you. We're one divine family. And so I just say thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you for all of you showing up for yourself, for doing your work, and for awakening to the truth of you so that you can help and awaken the world. Thank you. And so after this, we're going to get into the law of creation. So every week, I'm shifting it up a little bit, but I'm doing one affirmation a week. So we're going to actually have an affirmation every single week, kind of the affirmation of the week. And we're going to have the law of the universe. So this week's law is the law of creation, because what better, law to do than with aligning with the mother, which is really the birthing, the womb of the universe. So stay tuned. Thank you guys. I'm so honored to do this with you. And please, if you get involved, go to awakeningtheworld.org. Let's do this together.
In this affirmation of success, I know the truth that within me is the same life force that has created the entire universe. This one divine spirit only knows success and only says, yes, yes, yes. This intelligent energy is the law, and I inform it by my beliefs within my soul, the words that I speak, the thoughts that I think, and with the conviction of my heart. And so I command right now to live the life I'm designed to live. Infinite Spirit, open the way to my immediate supply. Let all that is mine by divine right now reach me in avalanches of abundance. I cast all burden, all fear, all angst, all negative thinking to the unlimited Spirit. I release all worries so that I can live in grace and know the truth of who I am. I claim my birthright of prosperity now.
Hey, we're back with our second part of Sunday service of the celebration. And on this part, I would love to discuss the law of the universe, because it's one of my fascinations of this life. And I believe that when we turn to universal law, all the answers are there for us. Truly, there is a dynamic and an order to this universe. And, we can live in alignment with universal law and create more harmony, create more joy, expression, expanding, and creativity. Or we can invert the law and we can basically find ourselves more bounded in this life, more entangled, feeling suffering and discord, things like that. So on that note, today's law, because last week we discussed the law of abundance, because the universe is only abundant. That's the truth of it. You can create an abundance of abundance, or you can create an abundance of scarcity. It's the same energy, right? So this week, the law we are discussing is the law of creation. And I needed my glasses to see that. I'm not going to put these on because I think the light's going to be reflected off of it. It's going to be too much. So actually, before we begin this law, the law of creation, because the law of creation is really the primary law. It's the law of cause and effect. It's how it works, getting down to the core of the creative process. It's everything from how you think to how you create to how, even this camera became, in order. There's a whole order to this universe, and this one is the law of creation. So Before we begin that, I just want to start with a little invocation again for this section. And actually, I want to do the affirmation of the day, because what I'm going to do is taking an affirmation for the week. Every week we're going to have a new affirmation, because I love affirmations. I think they're mind-blowing. And I'm not talking about the affirmation like you just say one thing one time and then you're done with your affirmation. Like having an affirmation of truth that you listen to. You can record it, you can listen to it, or you can say it over and over again. It's the mantra. So in the Eastern world, they call it mantra. In the Western world, we call it affirmation. It's pretty much essentially the same, because if you break down affirmations from Sanskrit or Gurmukh or whatever, that basically it's all coming down to the truth, every last bit of it. So in this affirmation, I'd love to just read this affirmation of success is our affirmation this week. And really it is that I know the truth that within me is the same life force that has created the entire universe. This one divine spirit only knows success because it only says yes, yes, yes. This intelligent energy is the law, and I inform it with the beliefs within my soul, the words that I speak, and the thoughts that I think, and with the conviction of my heart. And so I command right now to live the truth and the life that I'm designed to live. Infinite Spirit, open the way to my immediate supply. Let all that is mine by divine right now reach me in avalanche of abundance. I cast all burden, all fear, all angst, and all negative thinking to the unlimited spirit. I release all worries so that I can live in grace and know the truth of who I am. I claim my birthright of prosperity now. And so with the affirmation, I'll be playing at the end here. Moving on to the law of creation. So the law of creation states this: life is created from spirit, from your higher self, from that one infinite life force, that mother-esque aspect of all of life, right? Spirit. It's actually not the mother, it's actually the masculine. We consider it the masculine in the creative expression, which comes together with the mother, the womb of the universe, and births all creation. So it's happening right now. All creation is happening right now. So anything that's ever been created is still being energetically held and created right now through spirit. It is the directing of energy and informing universal law into motion. So basically it goes from the creative force, the creative highest self, spirit, and it comes down into the law, and it informs the law, the womb, the mother of the universe, and the universe births this thought, it births a baby, it births a creation, it births a thing, it births an experience, it births all of life. And so this creative process is basically the creative, the modality, the mode of operation of the universe. And so why do you need to know this? Why would you care about this, right? Well, I had this one client, and basically they were really suffering. They were suffering in the effect of their relationship. They were suffering in the realm of money. They were suffering in the realm of their health, all areas of their life. This person was, they came to me, they were very distraught. They were very distraught. They were upset with life. They felt like they were the cause of life. They had all these stories, limited stories of what was going on for them. And, you don't just, someone comes in, they want to sit down, they want to get fixed. They're like, you know what, if I just get this one thing fixed, like money, then it's going to take away everything. Or if I just get my relationship fixed, yeah, that's going to happen. That's going to fix all of life. But what I've found with people is that they've got to have an awakening. They've got to have an awakening to the truth of what's really going on here. And, in our practice of metaphysics, of new thought movement, we do affirmative mind treatment, and we heal, but we don't heal. We actually reveal. We reveal the truth, and in revealing the truth, all things are healed. And so what happens is, as you know the truth, like the creative process, you understand that there's a part of you inside of you that is that creative source that's creating from nothing, that creates, no matter what is out in the world, gets to create something new in the realm of their relationship, in the realm of their health, in the realm of, all of life, that they can no longer be the victim because they get choice. They get to choose something new. They get to choose a new thought, a new way of being. They get to follow their bliss instead of following the chaos, whatever that is. So the creative process, why do you want to know about this? Why do we care about this? Is because we all want to feel like we're at cause of our life. We want to feel like we're demonstrating in our life and manifesting in the way that we choose to. Because we know that this creative process is happening 24/7. It never ends. It's not like I go, I think I'm going to create today. No, it's not like that. It's not like, I think I'm going to just I've decided I'm going to manifest something. You're manifesting all the time, regardless of whether you want to, don't want to. Manifestation happens at a blink of any and all consciousness, at the blink of a consideration of how life is, at a blink of how you think you are, your identity, everything. So the creative process, the law of the universe, the law of creation, basically is saying that you're creating it. That you are the outpicture, and your consciousness is not just your consciousness. Your consciousness is connected to your subconscious, which we know is like, 99.9% of all creation is starting from your subconscious. So just because you're thinking, I'm not creating this, guess what? Your subconscious is doing a lot more than you think it's doing. And then you're also connected to the collective consciousness and the cosmic consciousness. You're literally are the stars. So whatever has been created, multiple lifetimes ago, billions of years ago, that aspect of yourself, that life force created all these planets and all these things and all this stuff. And guess what? Now you don't have to think about it. You have to be like, I think I'm going to still create that, moon up there. No, it's already been handed off to cosmic consciousness, that part of you that is a super consciousness. You're all of it. And so it's important to know the law of creation, because what happened with this person, that they came in and they were just overwhelmed with all of life, feeling like a victim in all areas of their life, as they began to learn the truth. They began to learn universal law. They began to go, oh, you mean I'm creating the circumstance by how I'm viewing this? Oh, I'm creating it more and more by what I'm, resisting. So learning the law of the universe, learning the creative process, learning the law of creation is imperative to understanding the dynamic of how you create something new. And so over time, this person began to, shed her victimhood, shed her feeling of being the effect of the world, and began to create what she did want. She began to have better relationships. She began to have better health. She began to learn how to create prosperity, knowing money's from within. It's a concept within mind. It's just a symbol. And knowing that she gets to create that. So that's why we want to learn the laws of the universe. So I hope that this helped you in some way. And so knowing that if you had like a universal oracle cards, because I just happened to be working on those, and you picked the law of creation, right? So this is how it would look. If you picked the law of creation, everybody could pick a card of law of creation and have it be a reading for you, right? Because it would go like this. It would be like this. So basically, the law of creation is the mode of operation and how the creative process works, remember? And then it's the unfoldment of the thought into form. And then basically, so if you've picked up a card about the law of creation, it means that you're not remembering who you are. You're not remembering that you're the cause of everything. So what do you need to do? You need to start acknowledging, oh, I'm actually causing this. I'm creating this. And if you want to become more and more power and experiencing more and more of your divinity, you've got to realize and begin to create what you do want to create. Because we know that to the extent that we expand our consciousness, to the extent we align with universal law, is the extent to which we will experience our own power, our own divine powers. And you can't use your powers for bad, because then you get powers taken away, right? So understanding the universal laws is imperative to becoming more empowered, living a life of joy and bliss and love. And so on that note, I hope that this helps you in some way, that you can take this back into your own life, being the creator that you are, and knowing that you get to create what you desire to create for your life, that all answers are within you. They always have been, and they always will be. And so on that note, have a wonderful day, you guys. Have the best Mother's Day ever. And please join me every Sunday at 9 a.m. for Sunday service for a talk. And then you can join us on Wednesday. I go over all that in this next little segment. So have a great day. awakeningtheworld.org. And I don't think I ever even introduced myself at the very beginning. I think it had a label below, but I'm Dr. Erin Haskell. I'm Reverend Dr. Erin Haskell. I'm actually a doctor of divinity, New Thought minister. I have a book coming out, and I'm a mother and lover of life. You guys have a wonderful day. I'll see you next Sunday. Hi again. I would love to invite you to get involved with awakeningtheworld.org. There's many ways you can do that. You can like, share, and comment on this video right here. You can also go to awakeningtheworld.org and you can click the link, Get Involved. We want your unique divine expression. This is a community of like-minded people helping and serving the world. This is a global and international community. You can also get involved by simply downloading our app that has 30 free guided meditations, and you can also begin to take one of our courses. We have 30-Day Prosperity and we have Divine Mastermind. We also have Sunday service every 9 a.m. on Sundays, and we have a prayer hotline. We also have a Wednesday mastermind where we collaborate and rise all together in our personal lives and in this community. So have a wonderful divine day, and please go to awakeningtheworld.org and get involved. We would love to have you. So if you're not familiar with New Thought movement and science of mind, I would love to just tell you a little bit about what we believe. We believe that there's really one source of this universe, and it's God, it's divine, it's spirit. And we believe that that is within us, that it is not some outside source, but it is the expression of ourselves. And to the extent that we become aware of this consciousness, this divine consciousness, this presence indwelling within us, is the extent to which we experience our full spiritual powers, our ability to make an impact and awaken ourselves and awaken the world. We also believe that the individualization of spirit is within, that each person has a unique divine expression and gets to use the universe in a macrocosm and a microcosm within their own life. They get to use it in the filter of their life, so every belief that they have has to be reflected in this world. We believe in eternality. We believe in immortality. We believe it's right here and right now. We don't believe heaven is after we die or hell. We believe it's right here, and it's the extent to which we use our mind. We can use it for chaos to live a hell, or we can use it for harmony to create a heaven here, right here on earth. We believe that heaven is within us, literally. We also believe that the unity of life is the highest and most use of our divinity. We're here to have all discord and all suffering go away. We're here to use our consciousness and see how we demonstrate. So we get to use this in this material world, this relative experience, this divine thing called life. We also believe in direct revelation of the truth. We believe that anybody and everybody's birthright is prophecy, that we get to live this, and the extent to which someone is really in tune with their higher self, in tune with the truth and wisdom and love, is the extent to which they begin to teach the truth. They begin to live the truth. They begin to awaken the world. And so that's why we believe that as we awaken ourselves, we awaken the world. We also believe that universal spirit operates in a creative medium called the law, this cause and effect law that is the reflection of how we use it. We get to have limiting beliefs and restrict that law and feel the experience of a limited life, or we get to expand our consciousness and experience our grand powers within. We also believe in the healing of the sick, the healing of circumstances through the power of mind. We know that we are the effect of the environment, but we get the choice of what environment we get to put ourselves into. We get to know that everything of life, the chaos, the toxins, the environment issue is really at the core of our consciousness as a culture, as one spiritual entity called the human race. And the extent to which we choose to heal Mother Nature, we get to heal ourselves and have a non-toxic world, is the extent to which we get to have higher and higher vibration as we eat whole foods and align with Mother Nature and align with authentic truth, is the extent to which we will experience vibrant vitality. And also we believe in eternal goodness, that at the core of every single person is a good spirit, that there is a divine highest potential within each person, and we choose to focus on that. We choose to expand that because we know this: what we give energy to expands and what we don't diminishes. And how we hold the world is how it's going to expand, because whatever we resist persists. So we're here to know the truth. We're here to know wisdom, truth, and love together as a community, knowing that these principles free us. We're here as a community, a movement, and an international spiritual center. Have a great day, and please, we'd love for you to be involved.